Well, hi folks, welcome back to UK Here We Grow. Where's summer gone? It's literally disappeared. We've had torrential rain, thunder, lightning, very warm temperatures though, but no sunshine. So that sort of like left me thinking, well, I think it's about time I got over here and got the winter crops sown up. I have left it a little bit late. We're sort of coming towards the end of June. Really want to be thinking about that, about sort of second week of June at the latest really. But we'll give it a go and get some sown up. So the first one that I want to do or want to talk to you about is a variety called Tundra, and it's a cabbage, and it's that one there. Now I first saw this one last year. My friend John, who's got a plot over the way there, he was growing these. And I have to say they're a really impressive looking cabbage. They're almost like a football size, round ball cabbage, very, very tight, and they are an excellent winter cabbage. The name pretty much gives that away, Tundra. So that'll be the first one that we're going to sow. The next one we're sowing is an old favourite. It's a cabbage again, and it's called January King number 3. And that's a Savoy. Again, an excellent winter cabbage to be sowing up. Next one is going to be, I've never grown this before, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, but it's called Radicchio, and it's that one there. It produces small round heads with intense red colouring, and it says that they are, and it's an Italian favourite with tangy, slightly bitter flavour. Perfect in salads. We'll have a go at some of those. Looking at them, I doubt they're going to be very, long growing. So I think they'll probably form up and be ready to harvest fairly quickly. We'll have a go at those. Next, I want to sow some Swede. I'm not going to do too many of these. Last year, my crop got decimated by caterpillars. My fault, really. I didn't get over in time to get them covered, and that was it. They were just covered in them. So the result of that was that the actual Swedes were very, very tiny. Very nice still, but very, very small. I'm going to use this one from Sea Parade, and this one is a variety called Marion. That one there. So we'll get a few of those sown up. Okay, so that's pretty much the brassicas that I'm going to be doing. I haven't got any Brussels sprouts this year. I did try and grow them last year and they just were tiny, really bad, and that's probably because I was planting them in a bed that I didn't really know how much nutrient was in the ground, and I hadn't got a test kit. I have got one now, and it turns out that there wasn't a lot of nutrients in the ground, but I haven't really bothered with them this year. I've had far too many other crops that I'm growing, so I think you have to sometimes think about time management, and what you can realistically achieve. So this year I've decided to leave them. But what I do want to try is a carrot, a winter carrot. And this one is called Eskimo. Again, the clue is in the name. And that is a very cold weather tolerant variety. It can be lifted very, very late, and it stores very, very well. So in fact, I think it even says on here it can be overwintered if grown in well drained or lighter soils. So yeah, looking forward to seeing these coming up, that's for sure. The other one that I am going to grow is again an old favourite of most people, and that's a carrot called Autumn King, which is that one there. So we're probably going to do some of these carrots. I've decided the sweet candle ones that didn't really germinate out in the planter, I think what I'm going to do with those is plant the Eskimo varieties in there, and then I've got some buckets that I had some potatoes growing in that have still got the compost in. I'm just going to whack a few of these Autumn King carrots in there. I've got stacks of seed, so why not, and I shall plant up a bucket with those. Okay then, so we're going to do the Tundra first. So I've got my little seed tray with my cells on here. I've got some compost, and I basically used one of these to just sieve that out. I don't particularly want any sort of big lumps in it. And I have to say, this is Verve compost, and it looks pretty much the same as last year's, but it does seem to be a lot more bits in it. No plastic though, which is good. But anyway, so just going to fill this over. You ain't got to be too fussy with it. I like to firm that down. As with all brassicas, they like to start off in a firm sort of cell, and then I'm going to pop these out when they pop up. I shall plant these down into a bed. Right. Now these are, like I say, are a big cabbage. You know, they're going to be, the heads on them are going to be at least, I would say, probably 10, maybe 12 inches in diameter, maybe even bigger. Fantastic looking thing though. So we'll just get a few of these seeds out. I'm not going to do too many because I haven't got much more room at the moment on the plot. So I'm just going to literally do 2 per station, and I will only select the strongest plant from each. Try and get them a little bit of space behind. Here we go. Now, that's enough. I'm just going to do half because in total I think 12 would be plenty. I'll have cabbage coming out of my ear rolls otherwise. Right, so that's that one done. I know which side it is. The next one I'm going to do, the other side, is the January King. So I'm going to do exactly the same with that as well. A few in the hand. 2 per station. Don't worry if you drop 3 in there, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as you select that the strongest plant that comes up, and you will notice that you will see a difference. I'm pretty sure of that. There we go, job done. That one. Right, I can get this back open again. Come on. Great cabbage. I quite like the January King. It looks quite attractive as well in winter. That deep red colour. Right, just a little sprinkling of this over the top. Firm it down. And that's it. Last but not least, label it. Make sure you label. That one, and tundra that side. And then all I need to do is just give that a bit of a watering in. These don't really need to go anywhere sort of special. If you've got an old bench outside, or you know, like a bit of shelving somewhere, that'll be fine. They don't need to be going into a greenhouse. Brassicas don't do too well in hot temperatures, so leave these just outside and then they'll pop up on their own. So that one's done. Okay, next then, I think I'm going to do Swede. So again, fill up a tray. Firm it down. Like so. Which makes me laugh with brassica seeds. They all look exactly the same, and yet produce such, you know, different and varied plants. It's quite bizarre really. Right, again 2 per station, and select the strongest when they come up. I'm not going to do loads of these. I do like Swede though. I like it mashed with carrot. Absolutely delicious. Not so keen on it on its own though, but mashed with carrots, a bit of butter in there, you can't beat that. Awesome. Right, that's them. And then the other side I'm going to do the Radicchio. We can get it out. Okay, let's have a look at these. Oh, they're a bit different. These are going to be quite difficult to sow. I think they're going to need a bit of thinning out as well, so I'm just going to be very careful when I do this. Again, no more than probably 2 or 3 maximum per station. Don't worry though if you do put too many in. It's no big deal. Right. Get rid of them seeds back in there. So what sort of crops, if you put in the comments below, what crops have you been growing this year? Have you grown anything that you've never grown before, or anything that's really unusual? Be interested to hear what you guys are growing. And definitely what obviously you're growing for your winter crops. You know, I've always struggled to know what to grow in winter, but like I say, unless you try, you never know. I have got some nice winter leeks that I've planted up as well. They're supposed to be a giant variety, but I'm not even going to attempt to get into the world of the giant growers. There's people the likes of like Kevin Forte, etc. You know, they are professionals at it, and it's quite good and interesting watching them. You know, all the different videos that they put out, etc. Right, that's that one done. So where are we? Where's my little label for those 2? Okay. Radicchio, if that's pronounced right, I don't know. And Marion Swede. Lovely. And I've run out of water, so I'll have to put these outside and I'll water them in a bit. Okay. Now, I have just found and realised I haven't actually sown any dwarf beans this year. I've got loads of different other varieties, but I quite fancy having just a few of these to take home really. So I've just got one of the Oakland's containers, and I'm going to sow a few of these as well while I'm here. Probably going to do, I don't want them too close together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll do. Fantastic. I haven't got a label for them, but I pretty much know what they are when they start coming up, so I'm not worried about that. I think I'm just going to take these home, stick them on the patio. Again, I need to go and get some water from a watering can, but I'll probably water these when I get them home. It's got holes in the bottom and I don't want it leaking in the car. Beautiful, that'll do. Next is the Autumn King, and I'm going to do these in these 30 litre buckets from Oakland's Oakland Gardens. Yeah, these are great really. This one had potatoes in it, first earlies. I've just left the compost in it. I've put a little bit of the seed compost on the top and just flattened it off. You don't really want to, don't sow too thickly with carrots. Just, you know, give them a bit of space. These will produce quite big carrots as well, so I'm just going to be quite a skinny sowing, let's say. And if you do get a lot that drop in a like there, a clump together, you will have to just thin them out a little bit. Now, the one thing obviously that we all worry about with carrots is carrot root fly, and they have two sort of hatching cycles, one in May and I think the other one is in August. So by middle of July I should be getting these buckets up off the ground, up onto some staging, because obviously the carrot fly, I think that's plenty actually, the carrot fly can only really fly between sort of 70 centimetres and a metre off the ground. So if you can keep your buckets above them, they won't be able to get to your carrots and lay their eggs. Little sprinkling of that over the top. You can see the lumps in that, it's terrible. Look at that. Right. Just going to flatten it over and then just firm it down. Again, I shall take that outside and give it a watering. Autumn King carrot. I'll whack a label in there somewhere so I know what it is. Easy as that. Job done. Okay, so this is obviously my carrot planter that I made earlier on in the year. This is doing all right up that end. I've got what were they again? Second Nantes up there, but these are sweet candle, and the germination really was very poor. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to just pull this end out and then resow it with some of these Eskimo ones, and hopefully that'll give me a few carrots for over winter. So let's get these out. Start with this big one, see what we've got in here. Oh, hello. Well, that don't look too bad at all, look at that. Hey, quite impressed with that. Lovely. Carrots for tea then. Another little one there. I could have left them in here really and they would have grown a bit fatter, but these will be nice and sweet. Liking them, and they're nice and straight as well. That one too, didn't do nothing. These little piddly ones. Just get rid of them. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, hello. Well, there you go, look. They were sown at exactly the same time, so what's that all about? So I'm quite pleased that I'm doing the right thing here and doing something different. It could well be some of the compost that I've used, I don't know, but that one's alright. Feeling that might be. That's the halfway mark. Right, that is the end of it. I'm going to leave them in. In fact, I will pull just those two, and that leaves me a nice square inch. Oh. That one's not too bad. Right, I just need to clean this bed out, take any weeds out, like that, get rid of them. Ordinarily, you really shouldn't sow the same crop in the same place twice, to be fair, but these haven't really been in there that long. It was just I knew that I wasn't going to get much going on with it because of the germination rate. It was rubbish. Camera run out, so I had to change camera. Right, just going to flatten that over. Ditch that label off because there's no more sweet candle in there. Nice. Now, what have I done with the seeds? Eskimo. And if they come out anything like them, I'll be quite happy, to be fair. They're quite a big seed as well. Again, not too thick. Although I will come out and thin these out. There we go. Just a few more. I do like my carrots. That'll do. Eskimo winter carrots. I've forgotten the label, that's in the shed, but I can get that later. And last but not least, I've just got some of this fine sieved compost. We've had a lot of rain, so this planter is absolutely soaking at the moment. So I'm not even going to water this in, I'm just going to put the compost on top. We're expecting more rain anyway later today, so it'll just naturally dampen itself down. That's it. Smooth it over. Winter carrots, sown. Well, hi all. I thought it was over, but just wanted to give you a very quick update on what these are doing. I've sown them up about 8 days ago, and they've done really well. So there's the little seedlings there, all popped up. We've got the Tundra on this side, and we've got the January Kings on that side. When these get to about sort of so high, 3 inches I suppose, they'll be ready for planting out. Need to net them though, because obviously the pigeons will come in and just decimate them, so protect them with nets. The other ones that I've got, and they've done alright as well, is the Swede on this side and the Radicchio on there, and again these will be ready to select the strongest plant. So for an example, looking at that, I've got 1, 2, 3, and I've got that weedy little one underneath there, so that one needs to go. Again, 1, 2, there's 3, that's a small one, that goes, and you just work through them, and you just really want to pick the strongest seedlings that you've got and just get rid of the rest, because they're not going to do nothing. Well, I don't know what it's like where you are, but down here we've had a really poor summer so far, and that's been great for the weeds, but not so great for the growing. I really need to get out there and get the hoe on this lot, so that's my next job for the day. If you haven't already done so, don't forget we've got this fantastic competition going at the moment. You can win a £2,000 greenhouse. In it to win it, dead easy. You can find the video on our YouTube channel, if not, or just head over to the website and have a look over there and you'll see the competition tab. So yeah, nothing to lose on that one. Anyway, that's all from me now. See you soon.